Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Pete. You're watching Pete J. Cooper the Model Builder, and it's a beautiful day outside. Cold but lovely and sunny. And we're doing the Routemaster. I had a bit of a stop with that one because in stage 22 I'm supposed to be getting a wheel. Sorry, stage 21. But I got the wrong one, so I couldn't, it's the big wheel that you can push in, but I cannot do that, and I don't know where I've put it. So the first stage I cannot do. I think I put it away somewhere. Can't find it, but that's all right. So we're going on with stage 20 from stage 22 all the way to stage 30. And putting everything together. As you can see right here, we've got everything or almost everything laid out. I can't because these last three packages I cannot put out. Let's see and put everything together. We've got the big parts coming in 27 and some more big exhausts in 30 and some very little parts in this stage 29. So without further ado, let's get straight into this build and get up the build guide and start this build. Let's go. So in stage 22 we're supposed to put these two together, but that is supposed to go through that, and that means this is the wrong wheel. This is a front wheel and not a back wheel. So I don't know what happened there. I've asked for a new one and it's on its way, so we have to wait until that's back. In front of me I have stage 22, and this is the drive unit, or at least, yeah, so, and we're going to put this together, and this is all plastic, so we'll probably be using a lot of the plastic screws. We got another tweezer. I don't like these because they're very flimsy, so I'm going to put it away. So we've got this one with a lug hole and sorry, with a pin, and there's a lug hole on this side, and we're going to put it into that lug hole there. And then we've got this one which has a lug as well, which corresponds with that, or you want to call it a keyhole pattern. That's the same thing as well. So we're going to put a DP in there, and remember it's plastic, don't overly tighten it. We've got another one with a keyhole pattern here and right there as well, so we're putting that right there. We're using the same DP screw again, and that is step 2 done as well. Let's go to step 3. The two rings that we have here. So these two, this one goes on first, and that one goes after that one, and then we've got that pattern on the outside, and we're staying with the DP screw. Then we're going to put that little thing onto that one, and there are two lugs, a smaller and a larger, so have a look at that pattern. This one is the smaller one, and it's a push to fit, as you can see, and you've got all these patterns in your hands when you're finished. Next one is that one, which has a keyhole pattern as well, and let's see, and it's the top of the two, like so. It fits in neatly, doesn't fall out. And then in stage number 6 we put in the pipe, and as you can see right there, we put this elastic band around all three of them, and make sure that you do not, no, it's not twisted. So this is what you have at that point, and I think these are exactly the same. So let's see how, okay, so we're going to put them on. Oh, this is going to be a fiddly fit. Okay, got it together. Now have a look at these, because they've got a larger hole and a small hole, and the small hole is of course for the screw to go through and thread in, and for the larger one it just goes through. We're putting this long pipe that we have right here on this side, and remember it's always pushing and jiggling after that. So at stage 22 this is what we're finished with, and we don't have any more, so we're going to put it aside and go to 23. And 23 is the header tank assembly and rod for the brake system. So it's going on there like so. I think you can see this on the overhead camera right there. Put it on like so, and we are going to fix that with 2 CM screws. So 2 DM screws and that part there, and it's done step 2 in stage 23. We're going to step 2 now, which has more than one part. It's on the other side. It's this one that we put this on. Had to look at that properly, so we're going to fix it to that and that, like so. Whoops. Like so, and 2 CMs are going in there as well. So these are in, as you can see right there, with 2 CM screws. We're going to get this one out. Now let's see where we put that. We're probably going to turn it around again, as I thought. And can you see that on this camera? We're going to put it right there. And that one goes to that side, so that's fine. We're doing that good. And we're putting 2 CMs in there again. The build guys are not particularly very accurate at the moment because it's a bad picture. I cannot see what they want me to do. So we're going to put that right there, and we're going to use a DP screw to put that through. And again here, have a look, there's a larger hole and a smaller hole, and the smaller hole is where we want to put that thread. So I'm going to keep the big hole on top. Now we're going to get this one out. And we're going to put it on. And it's a little bit strange. They put a picture in there that has screws in there already, and then a second picture they put out that doesn't have the screws in there. So it's a little bit strange. And it's in, as you can see right there. Step 6 is done, and we're going to step 7, which is this thing. And let's see where that goes. I think that one goes into that hole there. Then the other one goes over there. I think that will work. There it is. And we're going to leave that in there like so. And this one ends up here, but it's not going anywhere else. So we're going to put those together. The picture in the build guide looks slightly different. There are lines here, but we haven't got them, so we're not doing anything there. Then we're going to get that one out and put it on like so. And we're putting 2 EMs in there. So we're going to the other side. We're getting this one out. Yep, we're putting it in like so. There's a location lock there and a pin right there, so you cannot put it in any other way. And we're putting an AP screw on the other side. So that's on there like so. Next is that little thing, and we're going to turn it around. That's the easy way to keep it in. and it's an EM. We're going to get that one out and have a look. There's a locating pin, and that goes in with 2 AP screws. There we go. We've got 4 of those. We can put that one on already. We're going to put that on. The drive unit is going to go in there like so. And we're going to put that in with 2 EM screws on the other side, of course. And this one, this is going into that point there. And that is what we have. Over to the next one. Then we're going to put that one together. There's a location lug there, and the hole is on this side, so we cannot put it in any other way. There we go. You push it in, it's the push to fit. And then we put those 2 on. We start with that one. Okay, we put this one on here. I think this is it. I think it's this one. Can you see that? Yep, I think it's right here. So you see those 2 there. This is where we put it on there. The one is a location hole and a lug on the other one. So we are going to put an AM in that one. Okay, we're going to put the gearbox on. And I think this is how we're putting it on, but from the other side. So I'm going to turn it around. Wow, this is a fiddly one, and we need to put the... Okay, make sure you put those hoses to the side of that connection point, and then put the other ones on. And then we put this little thing into that one there, and then we connect it all up with FM screws. So they're good. Let's see, that was step 10. Yes, we're putting the shafts in, starting with the big one, and we're on the right side. Which goes in like that, which is pretty darn nice. That point goes right there, and that point gets connected to that one. And then we've got an FM screw in right here. In front of you, stage 25, and this is the exhaust manifold, crankcase and oil sump that we're putting together. We're getting that one out, and there's a tiny little thing, this thing, which has a keyhole pattern, which doesn't stay together all that well. So I'm going to put a bit of my super, or at least I'm going to put a bit of my favorite cement in there.